Hi there, welcome to Izzy's Pops. My name's Izzy and I'm a pop collector from England. Now today I'm going to be doing a current pop figure collection. Now I've only got 50 pops, which is nothing compared to a lot of pop figure collectors, but I enjoy it and it will be interesting to look back on in like a couple months time or a year's time if my collection has changed or how my collection has changed. So yeah, let's get started. Alexa, turn on rope light. Okay. So I'm going to start at this end and work my way up and across. So here we have Papa Elf from Elf. We have Jovi from Elf. We have Narwhal, which is an exclusive to Toys R Us from Elf. And then we have Elf with Snowballs, which is also an exclusive. I'm not sure what he's an exclusive for, but he's an exclusive. And then we have the original Elf. I believe he's from like 2012. But I actually got him, I think March, April time last year. But if you can see the difference from like 2017 release Elf and then 2012 release Elf, there's a big difference. But I'm not going to go too much on that now because I will be doing a comparison when I actually get the standard Elf from the set. Moving up, we have my Walking Dead set. This is actually one of my biggest sets, and I'm concentrating on making this even bigger. So here we have Daryl with I forget what this is called, but this is where he went behind the lorry and blew up a load of Negan's gang, which I think was pretty cool. Here we have injured Daryl, and I managed to pick him up quite cheap from Amazon. I know I said I didn't really trust Amazon, but he was okay, and his box came in good condition. Then we have Daryl, and I think he's an EMP exclusive, maybe? He's definitely exclusive. I picked him up from Forbidden Planet somewhere in last year, and I like him. He's a great addition to my Daryl set. I'm thinking about collecting all the Daryls, maybe, if I can, but we'll see how that goes. Then we have Glenn, and he was actually I think he was like my third or fourth pop I've ever collected last year, so he's like quite sentimental to me. And then we've got Herschel. Herschel used to be one of my favourite characters before he got killed off. Sorry for the spoilers, but it was out years and years ago, so I do apologise about that. Moving on, we've got Negan there with Lucille. And then we've got Rick. And then we've got, I think this is either Series 1 or Series 2 Rick, but he is completely different from the older series Rick, so I'm not sure if he's a fake. Like, I'm a bit worried that he is. But I've seen other people's Ricks and they look exactly the same. So maybe they just decided to have a little bit of a change of how they wanted him to look. Like Funko had a little bit of a change. But he's okay. Like, I don't know. He feels a bit like off compared with everyone else. But I'm still happy I've got him. And then we've got Carol. Now Carol is one of my favourite characters. Or she used to be one of my favourite characters. But I haven't gone off her. But I don't know. She went a bit weird in the last series. I think she's back now. But when she went like to the whole I don't want to fight crime anymore thing, I kind of went off her, but yeah, I like how her character has developed from being being the shy woman in an abusive relationship and then being the girl power. So I really, really like Carol. And then we've got Carl. He is one of my favourite characters as well. I'm not going to give a spoiler from the latest series because it hasn't been out too long. So he's a pretty good character. I want to get the Carl with Poncho with the blood guts to go with him, but he's okay. And then I've got these two up here. Oh, you're not going to be able to see because of the light. Let me try and stand. There we go. So these two are in boxes because they are full. This one's a fall convention exclusive and this one's a summer convention exclusive. So this is Dwight, and the reason why he's in a box is because he cost me like £20, which is, I think, the most expensive pop I've got, which is, again, is nothing compared with most pop collectors. And then with T-Dog, I brought him from a Facebook site called Funko Pop UK, I think it's called. And he actually came with a PIP Joe, I think it's called, Pop Protector, or Pip Joe. He's in a Pop Protector, so I thought, well, I'll just keep him in the box for now. And here's the most recent one I've received. And he's a really cool character, I really like him. And actually, he was £14, including postage, so I think that's a really good price for a summer convention exclusive. He's got a little bit of box damage, which I was sent photos of, but it doesn't really bother me too much because it's on the back, so I can't really see it. Moving on to my Stranger Things collection. Now, this again is my second biggest collection. I want to try and get most of the Stranger Things ones because I love Stranger Things. So over here we've got Joyce. Now Joyce, I got Joyce because she's holding the fairy lights, and I like lights. I've got like my bedroom's full of lights, so I really like Joyce. And then we've got Jonathan with the camera. I'm into cameras and filming, so I really like him. And then we've got Nancy here, and then we've got 11 with Eggos here. I would quite like to get the Chase 11 with Eggos with the blonde hair, but that's only if I sort of come across her. Here we have Hopper. Now Hopper's like one of my favourite characters. He's one of my dad's favourite characters as well, so I really like him. Then we've got Barb. I've actually got 2 Barbs because I was given one for Christmas, even though I already had her. I'm not really quite sure what to do with her, but she's downstairs in the box, so maybe I'll be able to trade her for something better on the Facebook group. Here we have the Demogorgon, the normal one, not the Chase one. I would quite like the Chase one if I come across him, or it. The only issue I have with this one, it doesn't really stand up properly. Like, I've had to like bend him in the like particular way, and he's like not really stood up properly. I will try and fix that. I've been trying to fix it since I've got it, but maybe I'll have to put him in some boiling water. I saw like a tutorial the other day of putting him in boiling water, so maybe I'll do that. And then we've got, this is one of my favourite pop figures I've got, and it's the 8-bit Mike, which I unboxed the other day. He's just really cool. I want to get the 11 8-bit one, and then also the Lucas 8-bit one if I can. And then we've got my 2 6-inch characters. These are the only 2 6-inch characters I've got. They sort of move around. They were down here, but then I got these 2, so I've had to move them up there. I do want them to get their own little shelf because they are a couple of my favourites. This is Kong from Kong, and I really like the fact that he's got the helicopter in his hand. I just really like him. And over here we have Hagrid from Harry Potter. Again, a really good character. He's one of my favourite Harry Potter characters, so I'm really glad I've got him. Moving on here, we've got Tommy, and then also the Chase Tommy. I don't keep Chase Tommy in his box. I don't know whether I should or not. I'm kind of debating. I haven't really got much room to put him in his box. But he's actually my one and only Chase characters I've got. And I love him. So I'm thinking about putting him in his box, but I don't know. He was actually just lying on the shelf with ordinary Tommy in a really cool shop. So he was a really great find. He was the same price as normal Tommy, so I thought, well, I might as well get both of them. The only issue I have with both of them is that because their feet are so small... Oh, I did it straight away. But normally, like, they fall over and I have to, like, lean them against the shelf. And I think maybe they could have done with putting one of these plastic bases on them just so they stand up. But overall, really great. Then we've got Chucky from Rugrats and also Reptar from Rugrats. Now, this set, if you just go by the back of the box, this set is complete because there's only 3 of them on the back of the box, which is Chucky, Reptar, and Tommy. But I do want to get the full set if possible with the Chase Reptar, that's purple. Also the glow-in-the-dark Reptar, and also the Reptar with cereal. I don't know if or how I'm going to get those because I think they're only American, but I'm going to try this year to get a whole Rugrats set because that is one of my favourite childhood films, so hoping to get all of them. Moving down, we have Kevin from Home Alone. He's on a shelf on his own at the moment because I haven't got Harry or Marv yet. I have ordered one of them. I can't remember who it was. I've ordered Marv, and then I'm still looking out for Harry. So that's when they get, then they're going to go sort of near him. And then we've also got here Russell from Up. Now, unfortunately, Russell is on his own. I do want to get maybe Carl or Doug to go with him, but at the moment Russell's got his own shelf, which I don't think is a bad idea. Like, he looks fairly chilled up there on his own, so that's okay. And then moving down, we've got a couple of my favourites. We've got, oh, I just knocked something over. We've got Woody here and Buzz Lightyear here, and of course they're from Toy Story. I love Toy Story. Toy Story was one of Toy Story is one of my favourite films. I've got Toy Story shoes, which are Vans, and I love them. So yeah, here's Buzz and Woody. Moving on, we've got Miss Peregrine from Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I love her, and I love the fact that there's even a peregrine that comes with her because her peculiarity is that she can change into a bird. I can't remember what the peculiarity is called. I haven't watched the film in a while, but she turns into a bird. So obviously this is her when she's turned into a bird, and this is her in when she's like in real life, which I think is a really cool add-on addition to the set. And then here we have Joey Tribbiani from Friends. I would like the whole Friends cast because I love Friends, but they're really expensive to get hold of, and they're very limited to get hold of. I managed to get him in HMV last year. He was like £15, which is a little more expensive than a lot of my others, but he's a really good addition. I do want to get like Monica and Ross you can get on the Facebook site quite a lot, like people sell them quite a lot, but I haven't seen like Rachel before, so I'm not sure if did they do a Rachel? I'm not really sure. I think they did all of the Friends cast, but the only one I've seen in person is Joey, and I like Joey. Joey's like one of my favourite characters from the series, so I'm happy I've got him. Then moving down here, we've got Caesar and Maurice from Planet of the Apes, or War of the Planet of the Apes, these ones are from. I have also ordered Bad Ape to go with the set because there's only 3 in the set, so I've ordered Bad Ape. He hasn't arrived yet. I love the Planet of the Apes films. They're one of my favourite film trilogies. Especially War of the Planet of the Apes, I just think is incredible with the visual effects and the special effects and everything. And Bad Ape is just a really funny character, and I've just always loved Caesar and Maurice and the films. And I used to do quite a good Caesar impression when he said no. I'm not going to do it now because I don't want to embarrass myself. So here we have a Darkson from the Funko Pop range, the Pop Pets range. I really like him. The reason why I got him and none of the other pet ranges is because I have two Darksons, 2 sausage dogs, one called Joan and one called Ferdinand. Stupid names, I know, but I like them, so that's who we've got. And then here we have Chloe from The Secret Life of Pets. Now, they do a flock version of Chloe, and I think I would have preferred the flock version. But she's really cool, and actually she's quite sentimental as well. The reason why I've got her and none of the others from the Secret Life of Pet range is because we used to have a family pet called Chloe who was fat just like the Chloe in the film. So she's an addition to the my pop collection because of like family pet, again with the Darkson. So I'm glad I've got her. And then moving down, there's only a couple left to go, but moving down here we've got 2 more Harry Potter characters, Voldemort and Dobby. Dobby's like one of my favourite pops. I just love, he's one of my favourite pops, and he's also one of my favourite characters in Harry Potter. I love his ears, and I love the fact that he's holding a sock, because that's like quite a momental part in the films, or the film. I just really like him. He's just so like, I think he's just really quite cute looking. I love his eyes, and I love his nose. I just love everything about him. Moving on, we've got 2 which I don't really regret buying any of them, but if I was to regret, these would be 2 of the 3 that I regret buying. This is Niffler and Newt from, what's it called? What's it called? That film, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, that's it. They do a flock Niffler, but I'm not too bothered about the fact that I haven't got the flocked version. And then this is just a standard Newt. I know they've done a couple of sort of limited edition and exclusive Newts, but again, I'm not really bothered about that. The reason why I got these is because I just started collecting, and I just thought, well, I want to get like as many as I can, so I just brought them from a Forbidden Planet. I think I bought them in the Forbidden Planet in Bristol. They're pretty cool characters, but like I enjoyed the film the first time I watched it, but looking back on and the second time I watched it, I didn't really enjoy the film. I'm not really sure, because I loved Harry Potter, but they're good additions to my set. If I was to go back, would I have got them? Probably not, but I'm not going to sell them or trade them because they're my set, they're my collection. But I probably won't get any more in the set. So yeah. And then moving down, we've only actually got a couple more left to go. I know I said that last time, but I mean it this time. So here we have K9 and Sarah Jane Smith from Doctor Who. Now, I said about these 2 that I don't really regret buying any, but if I did regret, then it'd be these 2 and 1 more. This is one of them I regret buying. I don't regret buying, but if someone sort of said to me, you have to pick one, I would pick definitely this one and maybe the other 2. I don't know, she just kind of annoys me. I think her hair is just too big. I know it sort of resembles the character, and the character had really big hair in Doctor Who, but I don't know, she's not one of my favourites, which is why I think she's so down low on the shelves. Here's K9. I love K9. I think K9's a great Doctor Who character. I'm really pleased I managed to get hold of him in the Forbidden Planet. I think I got these 2 in the Southampton Forbidden Planet, maybe. And I got K9, found K9, and then I thought, well, you can't have K9 without Sarah Jane. Oh no! Oh no! It's alright, I don't think she's broke. I don't know where her base has gone, but I shall find that later. So yeah, I thought, well, you can't really have K9 without Sarah Jane, so I brought Sarah Jane. She was also reduced. I think she was like £7.50, so I didn't spend like a fortune on her, which is good. So yeah, there we go. I put her back to normal on her stand. Moving on to 2 other Doctor Who characters. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get close enough to this. So here we have, oh, let me change the setting slightly. So here we have David Tennant Doctor Who and Matt Smith Doctor Who. I can't remember what numbers they are in the Doctor Who's. Like, I can't remember their 10th or 11th. I'm sure Doctor Who fans will obviously know, but I can't remember. I got Matt Smith because he's like, I got these 2. I got both of them because they're 2 of my favourite Doctor Who's. I can't pick between David Tennant or Matt Smith, so that's why I've got both of them. This one is actually, I picked this one up from a Forbidden Planet, and he's actually a, so he's actually a exclusive, and he's glow in the dark. He's not a very good glow in the dark, I have to admit. Like, if you turn the lights off and it's completely pitch black, he doesn't glow. The only reason when he ever glows, if you have a UV light next to him, then he glows. So it's not a very good glow in the dark, but he's my only glow in the dark, so I'm pretty chuffed with him. And then Matt Smith, I like Matt Smith as a Doctor. I think he's really funny, and this resembles him really well with the bow tie and the quiff and everything, and the sonic screwdrivers. They both got their sonic screwdrivers, which I think is really cool. So I'm really happy about those 2. And then moving down to my last one, this here isn't a pop figure. This is I think it's called a Titan or a Titan figure. I got him before I started collecting any pop figures. I think my dad got a bit confused between pop figures and this guy, but he's really cool. Like, I'm not including him though. Obviously he's Sherlock, for those who didn't know. And then here we've got Dr. John Watson. I got him when I first started collecting. I got him off Amazon. He was £7.44, I believe, with like Prime delivery. And I thought, well, I've got a Sherlock. I have to get John Watson to go with him. The only issue is, I've just realised, because I tried looking at the date, he doesn't have a date on his foot. Like, you're not going to be able to see that because I can't focus it in. Like, but he does have the date on his neck. Now, is he a fake? If you know your pop figures, is he a fake? Please let me know. Oh dear, I've dropped him. Just let me know. He does have a date on his neck, but not his foot. And I thought they were meant to all have dates on their feet. I mean, other than that, like, I'm not too bothered if he is a fake, because he's not like I didn't pay a lot of money for him or anything. He's just like a good addition to go with Sherlock. So there we have it. That is my current pop figure collection. I hope you enjoyed. I know it's not a big collection compared with a lot of people. There's only 50, but I enjoy collecting them. And I think this would be a good video for me to look back on if my pop figure collection grows in the future. There were, like I said, there were a couple that if I was in the position to buy them now, if I was in a shop and I saw them, I wouldn't buy them. But at the time, there was obviously a reason, and I'm okay with that. I'm not going to sell them or trade them for anything, just because they obviously meant something to me at the time, even if they don't now, which is good. Also, I'm wearing a Stranger Things jumper, which you can't see, which I think is really cool. It's not a Funko product, I just thought I would show you, because the reason why I put it on is because I wanted to show you guys, and yet I realised I just looked at my screen that you can't see it. So, great. Nice planning, Izzy. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed that video. I'm using a different camera today. It's the Panasonic GH4. I'm not used to using Panasonic cameras. I normally had, before this I had a Canon. I didn't buy it specifically for YouTube. Before you say you haven't got any subscribers or any views, I didn't buy it for YouTube. I'm a film student. I try and make films. I'm not very good at it, but I'm a film student. I try and make films, which is why I brought this camera to help me with that. I just thought I'd shout that out there. So it might not be in focus the entire time, and like it might be overexposed or underexposed. I'm still trying to work out how to use it. I've done 2 channels on this video now, and this is the 3rd. If this is the first video you've seen of mine, go and check my other ones out. They are unboxings from Pop in the Box, and you know, if you want to, subscribe. It's not going to hurt you. Might help me. So yeah, if you want to, please do that. And I hope you enjoy my collection. If there's any pops you want me to collect, or you feel like are fakes or anything, let me know. It might make me sad, but let me know. Also, tell me which one's your favourite. I mean, I've told you a couple of my favourites, but if you have a favourite of mine, let me know. So yeah, that's that. I've rambled on now for far too long. There might be a new video soon. It might be an unboxing or a hunt, or a review, depends how I feel. Yeah. Goodbye.